Leeds United fans, what's up, Whites faithful? Get ready because I've got 3 absolutely massive pieces of news that are going to shake Elland Road to its very core. And trust me, you're going to want to sit down for this because what I'm about to tell you will either have you jumping with joy or pulling your hair out in frustration. First up, we've got devastating news about our big money striker who's supposed to be leading our Premier League charge. And let me tell you, what happened at Craven Cottage has got everyone talking for all the wrong reasons. Then, there's heartbreak involving one of our defenders who made a mistake that will haunt him for weeks. But the way our manager handled it might just restore your faith in humanity. Finally, there's a goalkeeping situation brewing that could completely change our #1 spot. And honestly, it's got me more excited than I should be. Smash that like button if you're ready for this emotional roller coaster. Drop a comment telling me which story you think will hit you the hardest. And if you haven't already, subscribe because the Whites faithful need to stick together through thick and thin. The tension at Elland Road is absolutely electric right now. And after you hear what I'm about to tell you about our striker's performance that has left fans and pundits absolutely speechless, you'll understand why every single Leeds supporter is having sleepless nights. Are you ready to find out what's got the entire football world talking about our number 9? Dominic Calvert-Lewin, the name we thought would be our Premier League savior, the striker we pinned our hopes on. And guess what happened, Whites faithful? He got absolutely destroyed on Sky Sports Soccer Saturday, and I mean brutally summed up in just 2 words that will make your blood boil. Michael Dawson didn't hold back when he labeled our new number 9 bang average after that heartbreaking 1-0 defeat to Fulham. Can you believe it? Our big summer signing, the man who was supposed to solve our goal scoring problems, and he's being called bang average on national television. But Dawson wasn't finished there. Oh no, he went even further, saying Calvert-Lewin was very poor, and that when chances are rare for Leeds, you have to take it. But here's what's really got me fuming. Calvert-Lewin had one clear chance, just 7 yards out, with an XG of 0.10, and he couldn't bury it. That was literally his only effort of the entire game. The former England international was completely isolated up top, starved of service, and only managed a pathetic 15 touches before Daniel Farke hooked him off with 20 minutes to go for Lucas Meacham. And that tells you everything you need to know about how poor he was. The stats don't lie, Leeds faithful. While Brendan Aronson was also struggling out wide, failing to create anything meaningful, our striker was living off absolute scraps. It's exactly what those Everton fans warned us about. They told us he'd miss the rare chances that fall his way, and that's precisely what we're witnessing. Our attack looked toothless, uninspiring, and frankly embarrassing for a team with Premier League ambitions. But wait, there's more pain coming because what happened in those dying minutes at Craven Cottage will break your heart even more. The agony was just beginning for us Whites faithful. This is where it gets absolutely gut-wrenching, Leeds family. Just when we thought we'd escaped with a valuable point against Fulham, football decided to punch us right in the face with the cruelest twist you could possibly imagine. I'm talking about a moment that will haunt our dreams for weeks to come. Gabriel Gudmundsson, our reliable Swedish defender who'd been having an absolutely brilliant game, keeping Harry Wilson and the lightning-fast Adama Traore completely quiet all afternoon, scored the most heartbreaking own goal you'll ever see. 94th minute, Whites faithful, 94th minute. A cross comes in. Absolutely no pressure on him whatsoever, and he heads it straight into his own net like some kind of cruel joke from the football gods. The timing couldn't have been more devastating. We defended resolutely for 93 minutes. Carl Darlow had been making incredible saves, and we looked set to take a well-deserved point back to Yorkshire. Then boom! One moment of madness and everything crumbled. It was our 9th consecutive Premier League defeat in London. 9 in a row. The curse continues, and it's getting more painful each time. But here's what's got me emotional, and this is why I love Daniel Farke. Instead of losing his mind at Gudmundsson, our manager's first instinct was to give him a hug. He just needs a hug around his shoulder, Farke said after the game. Sometimes it's written in the stars. He was excellent today, so crucial for our game, in possession. Can you believe that compassion? That's leadership. That's humanity. Farke went on to say he felt heartbroken for the players, that it was an excellent away performance where they adapted perfectly to the situation. He had no critical words for his team, saying sometimes you just have to accept that football can be this cruel. The German showed pure class when he could have easily thrown his players under the bus. That's 9 Premier League defeats in London in a row now. We're sitting 15th in the table, potentially ending the weekend in the relegation zone with teams below us having games in hand. The pressure is mounting, but there's one silver lining from this disaster that might just give us hope for the future. Now here's where things get really interesting, Whites faithful, because while our outfield players were struggling to find the net for the 4th consecutive Premier League game without scoring from open play, there was one man who stood tall and proved he might just be the answer to a problem we didn't even know we had. Karl Darlow. Remember that name because this Welsh goalkeeper might have just saved his Leeds United career with a performance that has left Perri facing an even longer spell on the sidelines. While the Brazilian continues nursing his injury, Darlow stepped up and delivered an absolute masterclass between the sticks that reminded everyone why he was our championship-winning keeper. That save to deny Harry Wilson's venomous free kick. Exceptional technique and positioning. The acrobatic stop to keep out Kevin in the 94th minute. Pure brilliance and cat-like reflexes. It was only Gudmundsson's cruel own goal from the resulting corner that denied Darlow what would have been a richly deserved clean sheet. But the damage was already done. He'd shown everyone at Elland Road exactly what we've been missing. Here's the kicker that's got me buzzing. Leeds family, Perri looked absolutely shaky against Arsenal in his Premier League debut. And now Darlow has reminded Fark why he was our #1 during that glorious championship winning campaign. The 34-year-old didn't just make saves. He looked more comfortable with the ball at his feet than our expensive Brazilian signing, commanded his area with authority, and communicated brilliantly with his defense throughout. This isn't just about one good performance either. Darlow was chosen ahead of Illan Meslier, who was sitting on the bench. That tells you everything about where he stands in Farke's thinking. The Welsh shot-stopper has consistently proven his worth when called upon, and with Perri set to miss our crucial trip to face winless Wolves next weekend, Darlow's got another golden opportunity to cement his place as our #1. With the 49ers having invested heavily in Perri's arrival from Lyon, this creates a fascinating dilemma for our management. Do you stick with experience and proven Premier League quality, or do you persist with the expensive new signing who's supposed to be our future? Darlow's performance suggests maybe, just maybe, we already had our Premier League goalkeeper all along. Sometimes the answer isn't the flashy new recruit. Hit that subscribe button if you believe in Darlow's redemption story. Smash the like if you're proud of how Farke handled Gudmundsson's mistake. And tell me in the comments, should Darlow keep his place even when Perri returns from injury, or do we stick with our big money signing? This is what supporting Leeds United is all about, isn't it? The heartbreak, the hope, the moments that make you want to scream and cry at the same time. We might be 15th in the table, we might not be scoring from open play, but we've got a manager who shows genuine compassion for his players and a goalkeeper who's refusing to give up on his Premier League dream. What do you think, Whites faithful? Are these the signs of character and resilience that will see us through this tough start to the season, or are we heading for another relegation battle?